Hey, there you are, cutie. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've seen you. No, how you doing? Seriously, how you doing? I seriously want to know if you're doing good. How do you think I look in glasses? I don't like, I mean, maybe not these. The black pair I think works better. But you're here to see a video room studio tour. That's what I'm here to see. You know, you see this background? This is just one of the many sets that I came up with. This is my bedroom, and you're gonna learn all about it in this video. Now, this is gonna be a long video, y'all. Remember, there are timestamps in the description below, so you can skip ahead to different parts in the video. Really easy to do. Just check out the description. You see the time, you click on it, and boom, it takes you there. It's gonna be a very long video, and it's gonna start off with my guitar corner. Now, if you are new to the guitar corner, this video is definitely going to help. Let's see, Gabriel Bella says, setup is solid, brother. Elena Jen says, awesome mini tour. Cassidy Ball says, Skittles. You have to wait to find out what Skittles means. And hopefully you are well insured from Michael Bainey. I need to be. We'll be soon, hopefully. Thank you for the idea. Thank you so much for the idea. So this is the full stinking room tour. You're gonna learn about everything from the record wall, to the sound panels, to my bed, to my desk, to my guitar corner, to my bookshelf. You're gonna learn about everything. But without further ado, let's jump into this. Well, hey guys, Evan Didio here, bringing you some more media worship tips and tools for teens. This is kind of a side project I've been working on, my home music studio bedroom tour. Now this is a fairly small room, pretty small room. You can do this pretty much anywhere. You could do it in your garage, in a little building outside. But I guess we should just go ahead and get into the first video of the series, which is the guitar corner. So let's do this. I wanted to come on because I've gotten several requests to do a room tour that, you know, over the past several weeks people have been asking, when are you going to do a room tour? Can you please do a room tour? So finally we're here with the first video in this series for the room tour. Now I'm going to be talking about the guitar corner. But wait. First. We're no strangers to love. Hey you ain't hit subscribe yet. What you thinking? Go ahead and hit that dingy bell. Hit it. You gotta hit it, man. Hit it real good. Hit the bell, so you get notified every time I post a new video. That was like Australian and British mixed together. I don't think that's right. Let's get back into it. Space in this bedroom that I have here that are all of my different camera angles. There's more than 6 or 7 different camera angles, so there's a lot we need to cover. But that's why I'm doing this, so y'all can see everything that I went into thinking about this. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I made, okay? I don't. So let's jump into the first room tour of the guitar corner. All right, so here is the guitar corner. This is kind of the first part of the room I wanted to share with you, because this has been a part of the room that I've had for many years now. All my life I've had some place where I kept all of my guitar stuff, and in this case, in this bedroom, it is this corner. Now you see currently it is fairly blue because I added some LED lights. I couldn't help myself. But yes, to start off with, we have the Taylor T5Z, which you have seen in several videos before. That's the guitar that God gave me. So if you want to know more about the guitar that God gave me, click the video right there because it's a cool testimony. Moving on to the next one, my first ever guitar, the Alvarez acoustic guitar. This is what I learned how to play guitar on. It was my dad's. He was never too much into guitar. He learned Bad Moon Rising and that kind of stuff, but it just stayed in the basement for years. And finally I was like, hey Dad, can I borrow that? I want to work on guitar. He said, sure. And so that's where my journey started, like 5 or 6 years ago. Man, time has flown by. Whoa. And next up is the handmade electric guitar. This is a beaut from a luthier in South Carolina. You'll see the little steeple up there. It's very cool. Handmade by a guy in Charleston, South Carolina. Very cool connection I was able to make down there. Next up is the amplifier. I have a Line 6 Spider 5. I believe this is the 120 watt version. I also have the 240 watt. That is at church. I like to kick it at church, you know, but this is the 120. It works great for my room. Don't need it to be too loud, like, you know, the 240 could be. So this is perfect for what I do, and for recording. It's got a lot of great sounds. With it is the Line 6 FBV3 pedal board. I almost forgot what it was called there. Line 6 Spider 5 pedal board that connects to it via like an Ethernet cable, that kind of thing, which I need to replace because that cable is not doing too good. It's been on the road a good bit, so it's gonna have some wear and tear. All right, and next is the case that I put the amp in. Now what's cool is this is a Gator case. It was very highly recommended on Amazon, so I went ahead and went with it. This fits my bigger amp, and I can put my smaller amp in there too. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, doesn't it slide around and stuff? Well, yes, but I'm able to put towels in the sides, so that way even if it does slide around, it doesn't hurt at all. And it also helps protect the amp a little bit more, so it's very cool. Not completely weatherproof though, so if you're looking for a weatherproof case, this might not be the best. But remember, everything's linked up in the description below if you want to check out any of the equipment that I'm talking about in this video, except for this next item, which I can't find on Amazon because it's more of a family heirloom. This is from my uncle, the steel guitar. Man, it's a beautiful steel guitar too. The brand name is Sky Blue, and actually you've seen it a little bit here on the channel, either in the background or if you watched the Hey Hey cover, which I hope that you did. I did like a year ago, where I almost got ran over by a FedEx truck. Come on, somebody. I actually recorded a little bit of me playing it. Now, I am not a steel player at all, not yet at least. I want to be one day, that'll be fun. But that was just a little bit I was able to figure out how to do based on my current guitar skills. I don't know why that felt so weird to say. Skills. Skittles. And of course there's a giant pile of cables. Not even half of all the cables I own. Not even half. That's sad. I need to get rid of some cables or something. I don't know. But yes, and the final thing that makes this corner for me, that I mean, just makes it... wait, hold on. I almost forgot about this. Sound panels. You see those in the corner? I will be talking about those in a future video, so make sure you subscribe for that. But the final thing that makes this corner the best for me is the window. You might be thinking, oh, what? I can't just purchase a window? Well, I guess you could. I'm not sure how that would work, though. You could just, like, tape it up. I don't know. But I like being able to look outside. Now, right now, I'm looking out my second window, which we'll talk more about that wall later. My second window, and there's a mockingbird attacking the car a lot and pooping on it. Come on. Come on. That's why I like this window better, because I can look out and just see a field of green, which again you've probably seen in past videos if you subscribe for a while. But yeah, to be able to just open it up, it makes the room feel so much more open, especially that corner. Now I do like to close it sometimes, especially if it's really sunny, because you know, guitar's hanging right there by the Fender I almost said wireless hangers. They're not wireless. I guess they don't have any wires, so I guess that makes them wireless. But hanging by the Fender guitar wall hangers, which are very helpful. And I also forgot to mention this Hercules guitar stand for this electric guitar right here. Oh, and I'm using a Zoom recorder to record some stuff. Not this video, but you know, I use it sometimes. I'll link that up in the description too. But that is the guitar corner. Remember, everything's linked up in the description below. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is the first part in the series. I'm very excited about the series. Hope that you are too. Of the bedroom, we've already covered kind of, well, oh, I wonder, I just had a brilliant idea, y'all. What if I could do a video on each letter? I mean, I don't know what B would stand for. Bed. What would the E stand for? I don't know. I'll figure out something cool for the next video. Just subscribe for that. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Share this video if you thought it was cool. Every worship leader, music director needs a good space that they can just chillax. And this is my chillaxing space. So, subscribe for future videos. Share it with your friends. Share it on Facebook. Why not? Let all your friends know about this. I like the guitar corner. Hope you like it too. See you in the next video. Peace. Oh. Well, how was it? Did it work out good? Did you like that one? Okay, so up next, I like this one. It is my full live streaming setup for churches, for YouTubers, for whatever. Now this one gets very technical. So if you aren't technical, remember, there are timestamps in the description below, so you can skip ahead to different parts in the video. It's really easy to do. Just check out the description. You see the time, you click on it, and boom, it takes you there. So that's all that you have to do. But I guess we should just hop into this. I wanted to be able to live stream and it actually look pretty decent, not just from a webcam on my computer, and I also wanted to help my church out with live streaming, and my pastor in particular, so he could live stream from home. He could do it from right in his office, and because he is my pastor, so in the same house, it'd be very easy just to load all the equipment up there and bring it back down here for my videos and my live streams. So I wanted a good live streaming setup, and there were lots of great YouTubers out there like Churchfront with Jake Goslin and worship tutorials that had great videos on great live streaming I mean, awesome live streaming setups, especially for churches. But I didn't have $10,000 to spend on a live streaming setup. I had a few thousand, which was miraculous as it is for a teenager too, you know. I was surprised that I was able to get that much, but I wasn't able to go with their suggestions. So this is what I went with. Welcome to my whole live streaming setup. Now, I've been doing a little bit of a room tour series here lately, and those of you that have been subscribed, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not subscribed yet, now's the time to go ahead and do that, because we're going to dive deep into live streaming today, especially for pastors who want to kind of start a show or a podcast, something along those lines, which I think everyone should be doing now, especially during the lockdown and the pandemic. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. My whole live streaming setup that all in all comes to about under $3,000 or so. So this is a very budget friendly and cost effective live streaming setup. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Let's do it. Well, how's it going, everybody? Evan Tadio here, bringing you more media tips and tools for churches. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm excited about today's video because we're going to be talking about my whole live streaming setup, my camera, my lights, my computer, my microphone, everything that goes into this. I'm going to be sharing with you. These are my trade secrets, basically. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into a live stream than just the equipment, but it's a great place to start, and so that's where we will be starting today. Now, in case you're new to the channel, I did just do a live stream the last Saturday of recording this video, at least, which I will link up right there. I talked about social media for churches. It's a whole content strategy for churches, and really, I can go deeper in that, and I will later on the channel, but I really want you to watch that if you're stuck on the social media end of things and if you don't know how to get a deeper reach. But I guess we should go ahead and start getting into the equipment side of things, because I know that that's what many of you are here for. So to start off, you tune into a video like this, you want to know what camera I'm using. Basically, that's the first question I get. So I'll go ahead and tell you that, but first, that is not the most important piece of gear in your setup. The camera is... You don't want to invest thousands of dollars into a camera and $10 on a computer. It's basically what I'm saying. So I'll be talking more about that later on in this video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But the camera that I use is the Sony a6400. I put a small rig cage around it too. Now, everything is linked up in the description below if you want to go and check out everything. Now, the B-roll you're seeing was shot on my phone, my Samsung S20 Ultra, because I'm using my main camera to record this video. So I wasn't sure exactly how to get video of a camera with that camera. So just bear with me for a second there. So yes, I use the Sony a6400. Great camera. The 4K is great. I don't really like the 1080. So what I do is I put the camera set on 4K. It goes to my streaming software, which I'll talk about later on in this video. I put it in 4K and it downgrades the quality a little bit, but it still looks pretty good, especially in the live stream. So that's why I kind of stream in 4K. I'll talk more about that when I get to Vmix and my streaming software, which is very important. But Sony a6400, great looking camera. I use the Sony the Sony E-mount Sigma lens. It's a 1.4 aperture. It's 16 millimeter. Hey. What are you doing? You haven't liked the video yet. There's a button right there. Go ahead and like it. Let's get back into it. I'm using that one right now. It looks great. Gives me a great depth of field. For those of you who don't know what that means blurry background. So the background looks nice and blurry. That's pretty good. It's good to have that wide open lens there. And then a second lens that I use sometimes for my pastor when we're traveling is the Rokinon 135mm t2.2 lens. Now this thing is a beast. This is not for run and gun shooting, I would say. Good for photography, taking pictures, really good with that. It's good with video too, but as long as the video isn't moving, because there is a lot of, it's not stabilized. So it has to, basically you need to be on a tripod, not moving, which works for some gigs. So good lens for that. Good in dark scenarios too. So in case we're in a poorly lit room, we're pretty good because the aperture is t2.2, which is like, yeah, something f-stop. You don't need to be a camera geek to know all about that. You don't need to know all that for live streaming. Just, you will at some point, but right now you're good. It's okay if you don't understand what I'm saying. In fact, let me know in the comments, do you understand what I'm saying? Well, next up, the tripod I'm using for the camera is the Geekoto tripod. This is the best tripod I've ever owned. It has fluid motion. In fact, let me show you this. If I can unscrew it. There we go. So that's how smooth it moves back and forth, which I really like. Let me recenter it. There we go. Because most tripods for just setting it there without paying more than $100. Most of them are jittery whenever you're moving them side to side, so it's very good to have a tripod that doesn't do that. This is very great for traveling, again, with my pastor, in case he is on the road or something and he's moving around. That way I can follow him. Again, not with this lens, though. You don't want to do it with this lens, but it's still a good lens. Still a good lens. All right, on to the next thing. The capture card that I'm using. Now, some of you might not understand what a capture card is. That's totally okay. Let me go ahead and briefly explain it. So to attach a DSLR camera to a computer, you need something that connects it to the computer, basically. You've got to run an HDMI cable into a USB port. And it took me a while to figure this out, but you need a capture card, all right? Now, don't go getting 100 foot of HDMI cable. HDMI does slow down. Once you get to around 100 feet or so, you might want to go to SRT, I think is what it's called, or STI, one of the two. I haven't needed to get into that. My camera's right next to my computer, so I have about 5 foot of HDMI. And then I plug it into my Camlink 4K capture card. Now, whenever I bought this several years ago, it was before the lockdown, so the price has gone up a little bit due to demand. So right now, again, you can check out the link in the description if you want to view it on Amazon and see more reviews about it. So the price has gone up a little bit, but it's still a great capture card. Another capture card I'm testing out is $15. I'll leave that in the description too. Maybe you just want to go ahead and purchase that just for the fun of it to see how it works. It is for just 1080 camera, so I couldn't input 4K into here. So it's just for 1080 up to 60, I think, 60 frames per second. So maybe that's a capture card worth looking into. I'm still doing some testing on it, not completely sure about it yet, but you can go ahead and get it if you like and try out that capture card. But if you are looking for a multicam setup, I would say don't get the Camlink 4K unless you have lots of USB ports, I guess, but that would run down the computer's CPU and GPU and all that stuff a lot. So I would recommend investing in some Blackmagic stuff if you want multiple camera angles that all of them look good. Some like Blackmagic. I don't even remember what all of them are called. Again, there's stuff linked in the description below. Once I'm done shooting this video, I'll think, oh, that was the name of it. You know how it is. So go ahead and check out the description below to check out those things. The Blackmagic has some great stuff that allows you to connect lots of different cameras to a computer without running down the computer speed. What it does is it moves the processing power from the computer to another box, so that way all that power is happening in the box and not on the computer, which saves a lot of the CPU, and it keeps the computer from having to work that hard for that many 4K camera inputs. So you want the Blackmagic thing if you want several camera angles, but if you're like me, you just need one. This is the perfect setup. You save hundreds of dollars by doing this. Pretty helpful, pretty helpful. But on to the next one. The computer. Now this is an Asus ZenBook Pro Duo, one of the best investments I've ever made, because this computer is a very expensive computer, all right? I got it for around $2,900 or somewhere around there, and it was totally worth it because the computer I had before was 8 gigabytes of RAM. It had a terabyte solid state drive, which helped a little bit with the speeds, but it would take me 16 hours to download a 5-minute video in 1080. Way too long. This computer, it would take a 5-minute 1080 video probably 5 minutes to download. Maybe not even that. Maybe 3 minutes. So definitely worth it. And it has an overclock function, which I really like. And you really need a good computer for live streaming. I would recommend at least 32 gigabytes of RAM. A good solid state drive is very helpful. This one has internal fans, which help with the heating because it's doing a lot, and of course CPU. So this computer, basically, I would say go ahead and get this one. Don't skimp out on the computer. If you're gonna skimp out on anything, skimp out on the camera and get a better computer, because the camera you can always upgrade later. Computers, you probably want to stick with one for as long as possible, and this is a solid computer. I mean, like made out of steel. It's great. I mean, the webcam in it actually looks pretty good too. It's not too bad. So very good computer there. Quick little review. Asus ZenBook Pro Duo. Thank you. What's your names again? Let's see. Harmon and Carden. Harmon and Carden. Thank you guys so much for inventing this beautiful machine. And it has that dual screen, so whenever I am creating a thumbnail or something, that makes it so easy for me to draw an outline around someone's head, like a white outline, if you know what I mean. It makes it so easy to do that. So thank you, Asus, for doing that for us. There's a link in the description to check out this computer. On to the next thing, Vmix. This is my streaming software. In fact, let me go ahead and show you kind of what I'm looking at. So fun fact, I am recording this video right now through Vmix. I'm not recording it onto my camera. I am recording it through Vmix. I don't have the 4K or Pro version. I have the HD version. So it doesn't look as good as it could if I had that, which hopefully I will upgrade soon. But the HD version that I have right now is around $350, somewhere in there. Again, there's a link in the description to go check it out. But starting off, you can just get the basic plan for $60. Now, this is a one-time payment. They didn't pay me to say this. Vmix is so worth it. One-time payment for a software that is dependable, all right? Now, you do need a good computer to work it because it takes up a lot of power. I mean, you need to expect that from a good streaming software, but it's so good. It looks so good. In fact, let me re-straighten the camera because I just realized whenever I did that demonstration earlier, I was not straight again. Okay, so Vmix is very helpful. I'm recording this video using Vmix. So if we're looking at this, you've got your preview monitor and your output monitor. So this is what's going out. This is what is coming in, whatever you select. Like if I selected this one, that's what's going to pop up there. If I selected this one, it's going to pop up there. So I've got my camera here. The Camlink 4K is what it showed up as because the camera is attached to the computer through that capture card, the Camlink 4K, and I can close the window. I can attach audio to it, so if there's audio coming into the same device, the Camlink 4K, it will pick it up, which is very, very helpful. I can turn on and off the audio clicking this, and there's a lot more buttons here, which I will just let you figure out once you get it. I've got a song here, it's called Wanderer, which is that funky beat you hear at the beginning of every video. Do 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 do. You know that one? That's what's there. So it's very, very good right there. And this is my audio line for my SM58 mics, which I'll be talking about in a minute. That's the audio line for that. And also a little picture here. So this is a snapshot I took in Vmix by clicking this button. I was able to take a picture of the output monitor. So that could be my thumbnail. Makes it super easy to get that. I can do my streaming settings here. I don't have access to the multi-quarter yet, which basically you can record several inputs without it just recording the output, which is very, if you don't understand what I'm saying, that's okay. If not, totally fine. You can turn on external. So if you want to stream straight to Zoom, you can do that. So I can have a good slideshow presentation prepared and stream straight to Zoom with awesome video quality, like the best. So very helpful. And I just turned it on just to have a cool glowing red button there. You've got your cut, your fade, your merge, your wipe, cube zoom, quick play, basically a cut. And you can change these up if you want to, which is very, very, very cool. You can tell how long I've been recording. Well, actually, you can't, but if you could, it would be right here. I can see it on my main computer, but you can't. So that's Vmix. Very, very helpful. Very good streaming software that helps me to get everything I need to get done. And I know it gets done well with good quality. It's streaming at a set quality. And I'm not going to even try to talk about streaming settings with you right now. I'm just here to talk about equipment. Maybe we'll talk about streaming settings here in the future, so make sure you subscribe for that. Again, Vmix is linked up in the description below if you want to go and check them out. Vmix, if you're watching, I'd love to do a partnership. just messing, but yeah, that would be kind of cool. So that is Vmix. Up next is my Fovatech lights. Now these are more studio lights, not for stages, although actually at church we use them just as filler light. But Fovatech lights, they work really good. They're little square LED lights. Well, they're not very little. They're about a foot by, maybe a little more than a foot by a foot, maybe about right there. And it does warmer temperature, and you can change it over to cooler temperature. So this is like, straight daylight or so, something around there, and that is warmer. So I've got my main light, my key light coming in right here, pretty hot, with a softbox, a Fovatech softbox, which is very important to get just to make the lighting look really good. It makes the light a lot softer. And then I've got kind of a hair light or a fill light coming in right here, which is, it's a 2-pack. So you've got main light, fill light. And then back there, I've got my little 2-pack for $60 LED lights. Amazing lights. I've done a video about them. Many of you have actually bought them already and told me how awesome they are. So I'll leave that link up in the video right there so you can go and check out those lights in depth. They're worth it. I've gotten 2 packs so far. I have 4 total. I'm going to get some more soon probably. I'm going to get some more of those lights soon. And you can do any color you want. So you see they're behind me. Let me turn on my Bluetooth real fast. Take me just a second. I'm going into the Mesh Lamp app, excuse me. So I'm going to choose all devices. I'm going to hit Control. Bam. I actually kind of like that. Looks pretty nice. I can do purple, red, orange, which is close to what I had a second ago, yellow, green, and the color that I like the most is probably about right there. That's about it. That's about perfect. And my couch bed right there, which I've already talked a little bit about. Y'all don't need to know about the couch bed, though. You're here for equipment. And for audio is up next. So I've got my PreSonus Audio Box i2 little box that connects my microphones to my computer. Now, if you have a soundboard already, that might be what you want to use, but I'll leave the link to this in the description below anyway, because you gotta somehow get this mic to attach to the computer. So that's a good way to do it, and it works really well. It's got 2 inputs, so I can add 2 mics, and I have done a live stream with my pastor before, which I'm showing you a little bit of that video right now.
Here's where they are. Here's where God wants us to be. Now, how do we lead them to that place?
Yeah.
How do we build up to that and not just sever the connection? Because it is easily severed.
Yeah.
Easily severed.
And so that works both ways. So
Yeah.
if they're going further than you have to meet them there, like you said, and bring them back. So first, how do you detect that? How do you detect there's a good bit of emotionalism going on, and it's not as much a spirit as it is just...
It's the answer to 1,000 questions. You're just be led, or you're led by the Holy Spirit, that this is something that needs to be reined in a little bit.
And it worked very good. I mean, 2 of these SM58 microphones, which are just, tried and true, nice and tested microphones. I got some little ugly-looking clown noses, is what my dad calls them. No, they work really good for pops, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. They work really good for that. And I got this thing, but to be real honest, I don't like it. It doesn't stay in spot. I mean, I need it to be about right here, which I could adjust it more, but it's not going to stay there. So I need to I'll look at another one. Let y'all know about that again later. So that's kind of my audio setup. I also use my Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. So that's a really good mic for live streaming too. I connect it to my camera, and the audio goes through the HDMI cable into the Camlink 4K. So, and it's very easy to set up the audio in Vmix, and you can edit the audio in Vmix. You can edit the EQ, you can edit the gain, you can put a compressor on it. So awesome. Vmix, you go buddies. All right, and next is my pluggable display link extra USB ports. This is very important. And before I talk about it, please like this video, share it with your friends, and comment down below what questions you have. Do you have a setup already? Let me know in the comments what camera you use, if any camera at all, or what lights you use. Just pick out a piece of gear and let me know what it is in the comments section below. That's the question of the day. Might as well go ahead and give that away. The question of the day is, what piece of equipment do you use that you like the most? Is it the camera? Is it the lens? Is it the microphone? Is it the lights? Is it the computer? Is it Vmix? Obviously, it's going to be Vmix, but you can go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. But yes, I needed this pluggable thing because I ran out of USB ports. This computer is great, but it only has 2 USB 3.0 ports, which is great. I mean, it still works really good. I mean, I got 2. That's all I really need, especially with this pluggable thing, which has 2 extra USB 3.0 ports, and then 4 USB 2.0 ports, an HDMI, a DVI, and a landline, so I can go straight into my Wi-Fi router, which I haven't even spent any time in this video talking about Wi-Fi, because that's a beast, all right? You need good Wi-Fi. If you want to be live streaming, you need good Wi-Fi. Like, it's got to be good and stable. At least 10 megapixels per second upload speed. You can do a speed test. I'll leave a link to do a speed test in the comments, not in the comments, in the description of this video below, so you can do a speed test and see how your video, and see how your Wi-Fi connects, and see how fast your Wi-Fi actually is and how it kind of compares with 10 megapixels per second. Ours is about 30 megapixels per second, so we have plenty, and like 230 something download speeds, which is pretty good, but you want good upload speed, because otherwise you're not going to live stream, you're just going to download stuff, so don't want to do that. Whoa. I think that's pretty much it. I also have my monitor over here for monitoring comments, so I can respond to people and communicate and really get some interaction going on, which again I've talked about in my social media videos for churches on here. Pastors need to be engaging with their online audience. How would you feel if you walked into a church for the first time and no one spoke to you? You walked in, you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll go and sit down, and you hear the pastor speak, and you're about to leave, but you're waiting and giving people a chance to talk to you, shake your hand, ask you what your name is, and nobody does that. That's kind of what we've been doing with our online audience, so I want to change that. In fact, my pastor's YouTube channel is about to pass 100,000 subscribers in just 2 years of growing. In the past month, we've had more than 2 million views. So I think the practices that I've been putting in have been working. So if you want to know how to do just that, be sure to subscribe and never miss an upload. Ding that bell so you get notified anytime I go live every single Saturday at around 4 o'clock. It can't be the same every Saturday because I've got work on Saturdays too. So it's around 4 o'clock, somewhere in there, every single Saturday, where I talk social media, I talk tech, I talk music. It just gets fun up in here. You want to be there for the Q&A session too. But I think that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, my name is Evan DiDio, bringing you some more media tips and tools for churches. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and comment below if you have any questions. And remember, the question of the day is, what piece of equipment do you like the most, whether it's one of mine or one of yours that you use? So let me know that in the comments. All right, from this video, we got several good comments. Gabriel Bella Music, again, said, great stuff, bro. Need to get you over to the house to help me. You know it. I'll do it. Luigi says, thank you, and I will keep in touch. Great to see you. Let's see here. Now, I don't speak Spanish, but it's something choice. They said, cool vlog. Thank you very much. And, of course, Jewin Grink says, very informative video, Evan, especially about the computer. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed, especially that part about the computer. That's a powerful computer, y'all. If you need a good computer, you need to check that one out. Now, remember, all the links are in the description below. So if you want to go check that out, you can. Again, timestamp so you can skip around. But up next, this is a fun one. This is my whole bedroom, record wall tour. Now, this is kind of a funner one, just because it's not as serious as all the other videos. So it'll just be more fun for you to take a look at. But without further ado, here we go. I'm not selling. Well, what's up everybody? Evan DiDio here. I have a bedroom studio. If you'd like to know how that is set up, then stay tuned, because this is the video where I cover the rest of the room. We've already started covering some of the small things around here, such as a guitar corner or my live streaming setup, but this is basically everything else. This is from the sound panels to the record wall to the bookshelves. Everything else in this room I'm going to cover in this video. So stay tuned, but let's jump into it. Well, hey guys, Evan DiDio here, bringing you some more media tips and tools for churches in particular, but this kind of goes for everybody. I've got a small, I don't know, maybe 15 by 15, well, maybe 18 by 15 foot room. I don't know, about right there. Fairly small space, especially for shooting video. You got to figure out how to prioritize that pretty well. And I wanted to set up several different backgrounds for video, like this one that you're seeing here. This is one background where I've got my record wall and some bookshelves behind me, and of course, the blue light in the background, which I've already done a video on those lights. You want to check out those $60 budget LED lights? Click that video right there. Definitely worth the purchase. But I'm talking about today my sound panels, my bookshelves, my record wall, and my couch bed and my desk area. So that way y'all can see everything else that goes into this room. But here we go. All right, first up is the sound paneling. Now this is something that I looked into for a while, and I finally settled on these sound panels that look really stylish. You can get them in lots of different colors. By the way, this video is not sponsored, but all the links to Amazon are linked up in the description below. So if you want to go buy these sound panels, then go ahead and check out the links in the description below. But these sound panels, I really like them with the kind of the diamond shape going on there. And I tried getting, those little peel and stick things that I think command strips is what they're called. And we tried those and they did not work very well. So what we did was we got little T-shaped push pins. Again, links are in the description below so you can find exactly what I'm using. But we got little T-shaped push pins. They're hard to see, but they keep them up very well, keep them in place, and it's pretty easy to put them into the wall unless you've got a piece of wood right behind it. But other than that, get a hammer. You can get a hammer. That might work. I don't know. You could bend it in half, but I'll let you give that a shot. But yeah, we did several designs. I kind of wanted to go with a diamond shape instead of a square shape like lots of people did. So as you can see, they're kind of in diamonds all over the room. And it is a foot by a foot. You get a 12-pack for $25. A 12-pack for $25. It's 2 inches thick at the tip of the pyramid, 2 inches thick from the tip of the pyramid to the bottom. And they work really good. I mean, you're hearing the audio right now. In fact, let me know what you think. A lot of times I use a shotgun microphone in this room too. And it works pretty great. It's great for recording. I still want to add some more because there's a little bit of a snap, but it's definitely not as bad as it was. And I actually have some more of these panels in a box over there in the corner that I need to just put up. I just need to put them up. It really helped. But great sound panels. I also got some for my ceiling, which did not end up working out. Those were a different kind of sound panel too. They were an inch thick and they were gray. Didn't really match the style. We tried, and for a few weeks they stayed up, but they finally started falling down. I'm asleep in the middle of the night and something hits me on the face. I'd rather that not be happening. They did help with sound, but they didn't stay up for very long. I also have some corner kind of bass trap type things, which look pretty cool. They don't go all the way down. They just go most of the way down, so they kind of look like they're going all the way down. And they fill in the corners real nice so that they look really stylish again. Same color, kind of with a diamond shape, kind of. I think it's the same brand too, but again, links are in the description below. They weren't very expensive either. They really help with sound though, and they look really cool. So that was what was important for me. Good sound and looking cool. That's what sound panels are for, right? Now, actually, let me know how you think this sounds. I'm using a little Comica box to connect this microphone to my camera, so let me know what you think about that. I'll leave that link down in the description too. All right, next up is the couch bed. Yes, so this is a couch that folds out into a bed. All right, very nice couch bed. I did a video a while back, but I just kind of deleted it from the channel because I was like, But yeah, I love to play guitar on this thing, hang out. Lots of people, I mean, you can fit probably four different people on this couch. It comes with a nice bamboo stand that looks really cool, and you can easily fold it out. It takes me probably 5 minutes to undo it and put it back in. Now, if you wonder where I put my sheets, see that closet right there? I kind of just throw them in there. So all I have to do is take them back out and put them back on, and really they're already set up. So the pillows are in the right spot. I just kind of fold it all up. It's kind of heavy, but it's my workout for the day. And yeah, so that's the couch bed. A nice investment there. Again, links are in the description below. If you want to go check out reviews for the sound panels, reviews for anything else, check out the description below. But next up is the bookshelves. Now, I got these bookshelves, these kind of storage units from IKEA. Well, this is one we went there about a year ago or so and got these. Fairly easy to install, but really, really heavy. But they fit everything I need them to. Very helpful. Kind of looks good in video too. I've done several live streams in front of them. Those of you that have subscribed, you know what I'm talking about with those. And the bookshelves above them, kind of a miracle in itself. Now, these bookshelves, if you look online for like pipe-shaped bookshelves, you know, with those metal pipes and the wood that look really rustic and that kind of stuff, you're going to find stuff that's like $200 per pop. A pop. $200 a pop per pop. Per pop. You're going to find them for like $200 a pop, and I'm just like, I'll wait. I'll save up for those. And then my mom was at Lowe's, and she found these. They weren't even beat up. They were about to get rid of them though, and we got them like 3 for $60. Hey, so there's a link to a kind of a different option in the description that's fairly similar. I don't know if the price is similar though, because this was kind of a strange occurrence. They look really cool though, and they hold really old cameras very nicely. So I'm a big fan of that. All right, next up, this is something that I wanted since I moved into this room and since I really started collecting records. Now, I like to collect records. I like really old records. You'll see Rod Stewart, the Beatles. I don't like the Beatles, but I have their record anyway just because it's old, and people like the Meet the Beatles record. So, and that's an original, by the way. Not in great condition, but it's an original. I'm not selling. And of course, I've got Daryl Hall and John Oates, Grand Funk, Band on the Run, Steve Miller Band, Lionel Richie, Eric Clapton, Toto. Yes. Of course, yes. Roundabout. Come on, y'all. Styx, which the Styx one is kind of creepy. I have to admit, it is kind of creepy. It's right there. Every time I wake up, I see those eyes peering straight into my soul, and it's just But I'm not removing it because it looks cool. It's a cool Styx album. Also, Frampton Comes Alive, Toto, of course, and on the top, I've got kind of my 3 favorites here: Kansas, Derek and the Dominoes, and Toto. So those are probably my 3 favorites. And I've got 45s too. I'm gonna add some more 45s to the wall, but I like the 45s at the top of the wall. In those, I hung them up there by a nail. Looked really cool, and the record hangers that I'm using make it so that way it's away from the wall like an inch. Now, this is something I wanted. I didn't know where I could get it, but this is something I wanted for a while, and we finally found them on Amazon. Great price for them. Works really well. And they separate them from the background, so I can turn on the lights that I got from IKEA up there, and it looks great. And this is what that shot looks like with those lights turned on right there. And you can see it kind of going behind the record a little bit too. And with the blue lights, you can see the same thing. But yeah, that's just really cool. Every time someone comes in here for the first time, they're like, whoa, that looks really awesome. So that was a big deal for me. And of course, kind of whenever you first walk into my room, you get that corner right there. That's the door to my room. And you've got that little corner right in there where I have some jackets, a really comfortable robe, a few things hanging on the wall, like my Chicago VIP access, which was very fun. My first ever concert. Chicago. Come on, y'all. Come on, somebody. All right, and lastly is my desk corner. Now, I look to upgrade this desk soon. This is a desk that was passed down from the family. It's a nice desk. I hit my knees on the corner almost every single time I go to sit down on there, though. I've got some tough knees, y'all. Tough knees. I got the bee's knees. But yeah, can you tell I had a coffee? Yeah, so this is the desk corner. I really like to keep my desk next to a window so I can just look to the left and stare out the window for 30 minutes straight. Looking at the neighbors or the bird that keeps attacking the car. I'm pooping on the car, mockingbirds, tell you what. And, you know, some $15 cheap Walmart lamps that I have had. That's what I started the channel off with, guys. See? And I have a Casio keyboard there. That's what I'm kind of learning piano on. It's not the greatest keyboard, but it works for me. It was pretty cheap keyboard, like around $300. And it has some great sounds, has metronomes built in, so it's great to practice with. Sounds good, too. I'm able to practice guitar with that too, if that makes sense. I plug in through the auxiliary cable, and then I can turn it up so loud. My dad's office is right above me, so it's like he can hear me all the time. He can probably hear me right now. Yeah, he's up there listening. He's probably laughing. Well, that's it for today's video, y'all. Be sure to ask me any questions that you might have in the comments section below. I'm going to be coming out with a mega video with my full room tour series with the guitar corner, the live streaming setup, and this video. And in between, I'll be answering a few questions here and there. So be sure you subscribe for that. I hope that you enjoyed this room tour. This is something that people have been asking for several weeks now. And I was finally like, let's do it. Let's just do it. So here you are. Here comes a little blooper section in case you're still watching. I like those. I like you that are still watching. In fact, if you're still watching, put something weird in the comments. Because, you know, there are those people that watch until, you know, the main part of the content is done, and then they just leave. So put something like, dude, that monkey at the end was just sweet, or just something completely random like that. Put it in the comments. Let's have some fun. I'll put one down there too, so you can kind of use mine as a reference. All right, we got several great comments on this one. Jaden Frederick said, those tigers at the end though, big summer blowout. That was great. Kelly Bell said, dude, that monkey at the end, how much coffee did you drink? What's the mockingbird got against you? Winter summer blowout. That was great. That's a cool room tour. Thank you so much, Callie. And Tara put a whole bunch of monkey emojis. That's what I'm talking about. In fact, let's do the same thing that we did for that video. So, those of you that are still watching, I love you. You are my favorite people. What I want you to do, for those people out there that stopped watching, we're gonna mess them up a little bit, okay? So I want you to put something completely random in the comments. Something like those tigers at the end though, like, you know, Jaden talked about. Something like that. And again, I have an example in the description below, so not in the description, in the comments section, so you can go and check that out and put your own weird comment that makes people wish they watched till the end. Oh, it's great to see people's responses on that. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this full-on room tour. Thank you so much for asking for it. I hope that it helped you. I mean, I've given you my whole setup. Remember, links are in the description below. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, and for commenting with any questions you might have about anything. But that's it. I will see you in the next video. Peace. Oh, stop. Does it ever? It still hasn't stopped. I keep pressing the button, but no. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. So much hair. Oh, I'm thinking about growing this out again. What you think? See, it's growing out differently this time, so we'll see what happens.